Hello. So, Merry Christmas, everyone. So, you probably don't really notice it because a lot of it isn't really in view of the camera, but my room is slightly different, and that's simply because of Christmas gifts I got. And actually, I think I got a bit more than usual, I think. Oh, fuck. Shoes, that would have been bad. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. I really hate this stupid stand thing. It doesn't work very well, man. This one of the legs is super wobbly. Which sucks. Sorry. I think that's fine. Hopefully. Okay. Anyways, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go into some movies I got. So this is and it's good. This is probably gonna be a longer video than usual, just so you guys know. This is Woman in the Dunes. This is a movie my girlfriend got me when she came to visit. Oh, Lucy, no. Okay, so this is I think it's from the 60s or 50s or something like that, but it's a Japanese movie. And I won't really spoil what happens though, but it's a really good movie, and it kind of has to do with a guy who's trapped somewhere in the desert. That's all I'll say. But it's a very good movie. If you guys want to go check it out. This is a Criterion collection thing of it, by the way. Make sure you have a lot of water when drinking this, because the movie's has a lot of sand, stuff like that. So you guys. The papers are really kind of interesting. I kind of feel like, I don't know what's the word, like something you'd see at a beach. I don't know, manually you find on a beach or hotel room or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense. But yeah, this is a really, really good movie. One of my favorite Japanese films. This is another movie she got me. This is Evil Dead 2. It's a comedy horror movie. It's a sequel to the first Evil Dead movie. And I think it's even better than the original Evil Dead movie. It's very funny. It's kind of cheesy, but it's a really good cheesiness that works well. This is Do the Right Thing, Criterion collection of Do the Right Thing. And it's really, really neat thing. It's one of the nicest Criterion things I think I've gotten so far. Put these back before one of the dogs goes and steps on it. Something. Okay, and it comes with this really, really cool book. A really thick book, too. And I guess it has Italy, Puerto Rico, South Korea, United States, and then also there seems to be a African American flag, seems like. No, Lucy. Sit. Hold on, let me move this out of the way. Hi. Okay. There's like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X photo used in the movie. That's the guy who plays Gustavo Fring, so you guys know. I don't know if you guys can tell. This is also a Spike Lee movie, in case you somehow didn't know. And it's generally regarded as Spike Lee's best, and that's Spike Lee right there. And the rest of this are like, seems to be interviews, or I don't know what this all is, but very, very long. So you guys know, this is a lot of pages of just words here. And might be the script. I don't know what this is, but it's very, very long though. And then there's finally this, that, and then this. Alright. Next, hold on. Back in there. We got Perfect Blue, which is an anime horror film, and one of my favorite anime films, personally. It's a steel book thing. And it comes with a book as well. Pretty cool. It's made by the same person that made Paprika, and he also made Paranoia, the anime show Paranoia Agent. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of that. It's not a very long book, but if it comes with a book, that's always a plus for me. I don't know, I just like it when movies come with stuff like that. So they usually don't. Neither are the discs. That's one. Put this one back. It's the other one. I'm not sure what why it comes with two discs, but there's obviously a reason, but we'll find out, I suppose. Probably not only going to watch one, because I'm assuming one's the movie, one must be interviews or some other thing like that, I'm not sure. And I never really watched those if they come with them. So. But anyways, this is Whiplash. Really good movie. Drumming. And one of my favorite movies of the 2010s. This is another one of my favorite movies of the 2010s, Drive, with Ryan Gosling. And this one actually has something on the inside. This is the disc. And that's the inside of it. Alright, now onto the CDs, which I have two. This is Things Fall Apart by The Roots, the Pennsylvania hip-hop group. One of my favorite rap albums of the 90s, and I think this is their best in my eyes. And I'll take out the book, give me a second. Has a really, really unique sound. I really like the kind of R&B kind of mixture, but also just has some really great songwriting too. And pretty much really entertaining all the way through as well. I really think it deserves the same recognition that stuff like, I don't know, like Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest or Illmatic by Nas or something like that deserves, you know. This is Finally We Are No One by Mum, Icelandic folktronica band. Iceland has some really good music, even though barely anyone lives there. That's the inside of it. It doesn't come with a book, though, even though it's ironic it doesn't come with a book because it's intended to look like a book, but it does not come with a book. Anyways, finally into the records. So, I actually managed to get this. And I'm really happy I got this because this is actually a really hard record to find. I originally just put the CD on there, but my dad actually got me the record, which is really cool. This is Karma by Pharoah Sanders, and he passed away this year, rest in peace. This is one of my favorite jazz albums ever. It's avant-garde jazz, it's spiritual jazz. A lot of it is inspired by his Muslim faith. A 30-minute track, The Creator Has a Master Plan, is absolutely beautiful, but also something that's very eerie and chaotic and psychedelic. And the song Colors, which is definitely not as good, but it still is a pretty decent, catchy song. And I really like the inclusion of vocals and the yodeling on this. He's a really good and very unique saxophonist. The way his saxophone just sounds like it's screaming is really interesting. And he's a good vocalist too. Really, really good album. I love that album. Anyways, this is Vaudeville Villain by Viktor Vaughn. better known as MF Doom. Under this, he went under the name Viktor Vaughn, but he's usually known by MF Doom. And this is probably my third favorite MF Doom record. And obviously, as you know, he passed away in 2020. Rest in peace. And he did not produce this. This is, I think, the only album he didn't produce. But even though he didn't produce it, it still sounds great. It's a very futuristic sounding and has a bit of a darker kind of sound and stuff like Mad Villainy or Mean Food. It's because Viktor Vaughn's character is supposed to be a real bad guy or something. Kind of like misogynist and perverted and stuff like that. It's pretty comedic too. It has some electronic influence on this too, some glitch hop and stuff like that. And this is Dopethrone by Electric Wizard, stoner metal band and also doom metal band with a bit of sludge and stuff like that on it. Classic metal album. And I do not smoke weed, just so you guys know, but I'm sure probably 80% of people that probably listen to this album probably smoke weed because it's a stoner album and it's probably meant to be listened to while smoking weed, but I still enjoy it even though I am not a stoner. I still enjoy some stoner metal. And the inside of it has some kind of eerie satanic symbols and stuff in it. You can probably tell these people probably weren't Christians. And this is kind of cool. It has, I don't know if you can notice that, but it has a glitter stuff on the inside. It's a really pretty purple record. And this is a insanely heavy album. Like the vocals on this, even though they're audible, they are like almost completely submerged in the distortion throughout the album. Funeralopolis is also one of my favorite metal songs ever. That song goes hard, really, really hard. Funeralopolis, that song is incredible. I'm really happy to have this on vinyl. This is a really good album, and it's my favorite doom metal album, probably. This one, I like this album. I wouldn't put it in my top 25 or so. Maybe in my top 25. Maybe not. Definitely not in my top 20 though of this year. But I still like it. This is Blush by PVA. This is their first album, and it came out this year. So their debut album, and they're a future pop group from England. And future pop, I think, is a really underrated genre. It's a style of industrial music like EBM mixed with synth pop. And I think this is probably one of the strongest of the genres, I'd say. I think this album's pretty good. It's one of the more underrated releases of this year. And I think it sounds great. And finally, we have The Forever Story by J.I.D, rapper from Georgia, as in Georgia, the U.S. state, obviously. I haven't really listened to a whole lot of his stuff, but this album I thought was really, really great. Easily the best thing he's done. I wouldn't say it's a modern hip-hop classic like a lot of people say, but I do think it is very, very good and one of the strongest rap albums of this year, easily, I'd say. I'd probably give it a strong 8 to maybe a very, very light 9 or something, I don't know. Water 2, I think, is his best song, by the way. That song is incredible. Has some interesting mixes of stuff like neo soul, and as well as like trap rap and cloud rap and stuff like that with his hip hop style. But it also has some really great lyrics, some conscious lyrics, stuff like that. It's a really interesting cover art too. I like it. Anyways, that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.